Hi, this is Mr. Lehman. I'm going to show you how to do number 8 from the worksheet 11B. I've made videos for the first few even numbers on the worksheet in case you need to get some help with those. This is similar to examples 2 and 3 on our yellow sheet from class. We're looking for something squared. I do not have an x squared, but I do have a parentheses squared. So the directions from class, as a reminder, were to get the squared term, or the parentheses squared, by itself. So I still need to deal with the negative, not the negative 2. I still need to deal with the positive 3, get rid of that, the negative 1/2, get rid of both of those things. So let's take a look. As a reminder, I cannot distribute because of the squared term. Okay, it's a parentheses squared, so you cannot distribute into a parentheses that has a squared part on it. So I'm going to get rid of that. And the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 3 from both sides. If I do that, I have negative 1/2, parentheses x plus 6, parentheses squared. 3 plus 3 is 0, so that goes away, and I get a negative 5. We talked about in class this type of problem specifically with the negative 1/2, how to deal with that. I gave you two good options. We can divide by negative 1/2 on both sides of the problem. Some of you are good at dividing by fractions in your calculator, some of you maybe not so much. You can also, if it's easier, multiply by the reciprocal, which is 2 over 1. So multiply by negative 2, put a little or there, so you could do either one of those. And both of those ways will cancel out the fraction. So I'm going to have just x plus 6 squared on the left side of my equation. I have 5 times negative 2, or 5 divided by negative 1/2, is going to be positive 10. So x plus 6 squared equals 10. So we're getting close to being finished. X plus 6 squared equals 10, just like if I had an x squared term, I have the squared by itself. If you remember from the other problems, the very next thing we did was to take the square root of both sides. To the left side of the equation, you still do not have anything you have to plug into the calculator. The square root and the squared are canceling each other out because they're inverse operations. So all I have left is x plus 6. On the right side of the equation, I have square root of 10. I do need to use my calculator for that to give me a decimal. The square root of 10 can be rounded to 3.16. And I have to remember to use negative 3.16. Now in the previous problems, that was it. But on the previous problems, I also had x by itself. So the very last thing I need to do is subtract 6 to get just an x on this side. But I also have to subtract 6 from both of my answers, because those are both answers. So 3.16 minus 6 is negative 2.84. And negative 3.16 minus 6 is negative 9.16. So those are my two answers. Again, I can write it in set notation if I want to. I like to put the smaller number first, so the more negative number in this case. And that is how I can do problems like number 8 and I think number 7 are just like that as well. I think I have one more video listed below for a review of how to cross multiply in case you got stuck on that. Thanks for watching.